a little bit, but a massive half of football for the D's, as it is for Collingwood, who need to register their first win as well. There's Humphries and Kiochi side by side as we get set to begin the third term. It's Saturday night football. Great to have you with us right around the country from Icon Park. It's Collingwood by 19 points as King goes up, wins the tap. Barden been outstanding. King soccers off the ground only as far as Downey, and there's Barden again. What a half of football from Millie Barden, the 23-year-old from Diamond Creek. She's a nurse as her day job. Here's Hickey. Grant. Sweating on her is Lauren Pearce. No clean takeaway there. Here's Meg Hutchins. Can the D's find a spark in this third term? Barden again, just bullocking her way through. And then goes and lays a tackle as well. Well played, Millie Barden. What a performance from her so far. She's been absolutely outstanding. King and Pearce. Pearce tries to slap it into some space for Paxman to run onto. Couldn't get the run of the football. Kiochi got there first. White couldn't get an effective disposal. Lampard does. Bounces it towards half forward. McIntosh leads Pearce and Humphries to the football. Goes to ground. Pearce now sweats on her. Takes her down. How will the umpire see this? He waits and he penalises. Daisy Pearce with the free kick. The Demon skipper wants to move it quickly. On the bounce. Opportunity here for Melbourne through Phillips. She concedes a little bit of ground, but they retain possession. And the ball's with Downey. Downey will kick towards 50. Arriving late was Cooler Reid. It spills to Paxman, just on the wrong page for Anderson, who led at her. Paxman popped it up and Livingston picked it off. King a fumble. O'Day comes in to lay some pressure. White there. Goes to ground. O'Day goes over the top of her. Pearce slides in. Handball backward to McIntosh. Now Grant. White under some pressure. Melbourne trying to hem them in on this forward flank, and once again it's Millie Barden just puts her head down and crashes through.
It was a big contest to halve there for the D's, wasn't it, Katie?
Yeah, really big contest to halve, and as we can see, Collingwood have got some players just sitting behind the football there, and Nick Stevens, so a quick kick out of the pack might not be an effective one for Melbourne.
King uncontested in the ruck. Hutchins forward. Darcy, clean pair of heels shown to the Melbourne defence, gets the kick away and some late contact from Smith, and this might be advantage here for Casey. It'll bounce up for her. No advantage whatsoever. She's ridden into the turf. D's get it back. Patterson, the 1-2. She'll link up with Scott, bring it inboard. She's got numbers. The half volley pick up from Mithen was a peach, as is the kick for DeRay. It's Anderson, in fact. Anderson, the only goal kicker so far tonight for the D's. Inside 50 for Phillips. It spills. Lampard wanted to find Daisy Pearce. McIntosh there to deny her. Just can't put the finishing touches on their work at the moment, the D's.
Speaking to Mick Stanier a couple of weeks ago, Nige, you mentioned that just getting it in quickly has been the key to their game plan, but right now it's just not working for them.
Simply must find a goal here. Can they get one from a free kick as Anderson is there to camp on Barden, and Anderson will do the ruck work on King. King the tap, Paxman trying to create desperately a flying kick at goal, and almost out of nowhere, Shelley Scott. Head downstairs to Sam Lane, who's got an update on Minor Hope.
Indeed. I wouldn't have expected to see her on the bench to start this term, and I don't think Melbourne did either. They had plans to put Mia Ray Clifford back on her. Jess Cameron's also down here, but Mo looks like she's ready to get back on the deck.
So it's the Pies by 18 points. Melbourne just looking a little rushed when they try to move it inside 50. They're just getting it in at all cost, but they've got no forward structure at all. We saw it on that last foray forward. Scott. O'Day taken down, but did well to release a handball to Hickey. She runs to 50. That's better. Anderson is the key to this forward line, the key to the structure, but once again, she's drawn up the ground to a point where it's going to be difficult to score from here. But she's going back now to line it up. She'll need to give it everything from 45 metres out. The 19-year-old who plays her footy at Melbourne Uni. 32 goals in the VFL last year. Runs to 40. Gets close to the mark, as did Phillips. Quick snap from Cat. Phillips is a goal! front.
Kat Phillips has been hunting around that forward 50 line, and she's playing on the wing at this stage, but she's been running down and really getting in dangerous positions. So great to see that she gets a goal on the board at this stage. And great to see Melbourne capitalise on those inside 50s. We saw that Melissa Hickey hit up that pass to Jess Anderson, and it paid off with a goal by Kat Phillips. They're starting to be a little bit more structured with their delivery inside forward 50, and we'll see what they can manufacture going forward.
So does the ultimate Frisbee thrower put a spanner in the Pies works? Benici, she's denied. You feel like Melbourne have got a surge in them, and it's right here, right now. Berry sends it forward in the Pearce direction. Through hands, deft little touch from Anderson. They've got numbers forward, streaking forward to the footy. Paxman, can she show her class? You bet she can. Karen Paxman comes up big.
Incredible play by Karen Paxman there. As we've seen, she's not only a great ball winner inside, but she can also run and carry and kick goals like that. So well done, Karen Paxman.
Well, 1 goal in about 40 minutes of play, 2 in a minute for Melbourne, and Katie, they have busted this game open all of a sudden.
They definitely have, and it's great to see. We'll see what Collingwood can reply with here.
Inside 50s, 5-0 for the term in favour of Melbourne. This game's turned on its head. Now the Pies to respond as King gets it to Eva, and now White bends it across her body, does well, delivers it to Cameron. Cameron can chip over the top to Eva, who kept running. Good play from the vice-captain. Just a fumble allows Paxman to close. She strips her of possession. Ball heads towards the line. Eva emerges, does well, keeps it moving forward for the Pies. Towards 50, White, run down by Jolly. Coming through hard was Patterson. Spills to Eva. Doesn't quite hit the ball sweetly. It drifts towards the pocket. Awkward bouncing ball for Clifford. Hope gets there, looks to link up with Kiochi. Tries to keep it alive, but Clifford heads over the line and out as we head down to Sam Lane. It's a bit dark in that pocket, Sam.
Yep, you've well picked up. It's quite dark. We've had a bit of a moment here in the last minute or so. We've got temporary lights installed. Crowd are now waving their iPhones with lights on to try and light this up. About 6 lights have blown. I'm sure the AFL will be all over it. 2 have come back on. There's a 3rd. And suddenly we've got a bit of light on the subject, guys.
And same for the Ds. They're starting to light up as well. Here's Lampard inside 50. Tracking back. Wide open forward line. Phillips runs to 20 and goals. Scores a level.
Absolutely incredible run by Kat Phillips there. She was up at the half-back line and streamed down that wing to run through and kick that goal. Great work by Melbourne.
Melbourne's best passage of play for AFLW was beautifully worked off half-back. They've got some run and flow and carry into their game, and they've got the confidence they've been seeking for 6 quarters. And they've slammed on 3 quick goals and scores a level. Some great link-up play, Katie. It's been few and far between for the Ds, but they're just starting to open the game up.
They definitely are, and as we saw, Kat Phillips had an incredible run down that wing and really opened that forward line up. They're starting to have one player back in the forward 50, which is Jess Anderson there, so see what we can do there.
We said at the beginning of the night, keep an eye on Kat Phillips. Her pace would have a say in the game at some stage. She's kicked 2 of Melbourne's 3 goals in 3.5 minutes, and we're suddenly tied at Icon Park, and perhaps the best game so far in the NAB AFL Women's competition. Cameron fumbling, bumbling, gets her way through eventually, just slaps the kick forward. Clifford took the risk to play in front of Hope, and she's rewarded. Kicks to a 1-on-2 over the head of Lampard. White almost bought some time. Pearce doing the captain thing, putting her body on the line, getting the handball free. Hickey, Patterson, handball in Hope. They just want to keep pushing this forward at all costs at the moment, the Ds. O'Day brought down, got the handball for Lampard, who'll get boot to ball. And they go on to attack once again. Anderson protected the drop zone. It's out the back again for the D's. Mithen looking for the speedster Phillips. And Hutchins, like a veteran should, slid in, takes the mark. And who would have thought this? They've flipped the script here, the D's, and suddenly Collingwood are the ones under the pump.
In contested possessions this quarter, 18-10 in favour of Melbourne. They've completely flipped that stat around, where Collingwood were winning the 50-50s in the first half. Now they're all Melbourne, and the Pies are under pressure. Need a little bit of poise and leadership here. Collingwood, and some meaningful time in possession. Watten's in trouble. She's in all sorts of trouble. Here's Pearce, under pressure from Eva. Takes it to ground. How will the umpire read this one? Eva in over the top. We'll have a bounce 48 metres out from the Melbourne goal, and the temperature in this one has gone up a couple of notches. There's Alicia Eva. O'Day getting involved in this third term. Brings it back to a dangerous position. Anderson comes thundering out. 3 Magpies to beat, and Stevens ushers it to the line.
Daisy Pearce starting to involve herself in the contest. She's got 12 disposals now, and we can see that Melbourne's lifting. So really great work from the captain there.
We've seen Pearce, Paxman, O'Day all involved. Phillips getting on the end of a couple. Melbourne suddenly looking good. Watten slaps it down towards McIntosh. O'Day again in there working hard. Grant wins the football. Dribbles it towards the line. How will the umpires see this? Deliberate. Lily Mithen will be the beneficiary, and she'll take it just outside the 50. Wastes no time. Kicks towards the top of the square. Off the hands of Anderson. The D's with some numbers. Lampard. Awkward bouncing ball. Taken off, it was Eva. Umpire said we're not in possession. And the Pies survive. Just over 5.5 minutes remaining till three-quarter time. And Collingwood's 19-point lead is gone.
3-1 to nothing since halftime in favour of the D's. Paxman there to attempt the mark. Patterson kicks in the Pearce direction. She's caught at the back, and well done from McIntosh just to get in and take the mark. Pearce will at least slow her down. So dual international for Australia in javelin and bobsled. Paxman starting to have a big say. 13th possession coming up for Karen Paxman. That her third mark.
And 11 of those contested, Nige.
Kick not the best, but back inside forward 50. Pearce lost the handle on it. Tippy toe from Morgan. Probably the worst result to keep it in. Pearce is stripped. Unlucky, the D's were almost out there. Mel Kais, as she has all night though, with the tackling pressure to support Cecilia McIntosh, who will try and clear it once again. And it feels like the ball has just lived in Melbourne's attacking zone for most of this third term. They've got bigs down the line here, Boyd among them. Patterson, who's done some manful work in her AFL Women's debut across half-back, sees it out.
Inside 50s for the term, 11-2 in favour of Melbourne.
And the ball winners for the D's getting busy. Paxman 13, Mithen and Daisy Pearce with 12. She had one possession quarter time. She's really up the ante since. Flying fist from Scott. Grant going nowhere. Edwards, who kicked the opening goal of the night, and that feels like an absolute eternity ago.
One of the strengths that we've seen from Collingwood is their ability to switch the football. They're not really doing it at this stage. They're just hanging on this wing, and they're kicking it out of their defensive 50 to 3 or 4 Melbourne players. As we can see, the footy's going back inside Melbourne's forward 50 here.
Blocking the ruck. Maddie Boyd will get the free kick. Thinks about bringing it inboard. Fashions a kick towards the forward 50. Off the hands, taken by Berry. It's spilt away from corner, and she delivers it inside 50 to Jess Anderson. Anderson wants to go quickly over the top. It's still alive. It's a goal. Miffs it. And the D's are in front. So once again, quick ball movement from the D's. We mentioned it at half-time and early in the third term that they were getting it in. They were almost rushing it in with no one there to hold it in or to target. But their forward structure, Katie, in this third term has been much more effective.
Yeah, the forward structure's really neatened up, but the other impressive thing is Kat Phillips and her ability to stream forward. She didn't take the mark in that instance, but she spoiled the football and she was able to manufacture that goal, as we saw from Alyssa Midford.
At half-time, we mentioned that Jess Anderson's goal in the first half was the only time they turned the Collingwood defence around. Phillips has done it 3 or 4 times in this term. She
has. She keeps on running beyond the defence, and oftentimes she's not watching the footy. She's just running as fast as she can into that forward 50 zone. So well done by Kat Phillips.
Alicia Mifsud come from a basketball background, playing in the Keilor area with her opening goal of the night. Melbourne with their first lead of the contest. Smith at half-back. Patterson doing really well, nailed by Hope. What can Darcy create for the Magpies? An inside 50, bodywork from Bernardi. They've got numbers at the full. Garner just didn't get the bounce she wanted. Boyd, athletic work through traffic to create the foot race. Who'll win it? Edwards comes to meet it. Had Boyd bearing down on her, got the kick forward. Patterson sets up. Cameron got the fist to the ball. Garner handball in the direction of Barden, who had nowhere to go. DeRay nails her in the tackle, and the D's numbers are prominent in shot. They are outnumbering the Pies at every contest at the moment. Millie Barden slow to get up from this stoppage as well, just behind Emma King there, and as is Bree White. They can ill afford to lose her run and defensive pressure. King, Brandt sends it forward in the Cameron direction. Well done, Patterson playing in front again. Just got boot to ball. Paxman thinks her way through traffic. Boyd retreats. Clifford just bumped out of it. Cameron did well not to infringe. If you're just joining us, good timing. 4-1 to nothing in the term to the D's. After Collingwood led by 12 at quarter time, 19 at the half. Barden to a dangerous zone. Well done, Downey. DeRay should get the clearing kick. Stevens will lead the foot race. Hickey and a couple of other Ds for company. Good kick. Bernardi, well done though, from DeRay, who only knows how to play the game at one pace, full bore. And in the end, it's over the line, out of bounds. Christina Bernardi, a little bit ginger as well. Some Pies who are really starting to feel the heat, and rightly so. Contest after contest, it's all the Ds at the moment. And there we see DeRay cannoning into her.
We spoke of Millie Barden and the impact she had in the first half. 8 possessions, just 1 this quarter. That was her first kick in that last passage of play as King's taken down. It's been Melbourne hunting the football in this third term. Dangerous situation with just over a minute left on the clock. Downey to try and tidy it up. Gets it outside 50. And the diving mark taken by Jasmine Grierson. Grierson holds it up, looks for an option and delivers to Mel Hickey just backward of the wing on the City side. Hickey, tidy delivery to Lauren Pearce. Melbourne have completely turned the game around with some confidence in this third term, some good ball use. Pearce to half forward, off the hands of the contest. Players pile in from all directions, and this will be a stoppage. Just under 30 seconds remaining. That's Alyssa Mifsud, 22-year-old originally, and still from Hoppers Crossing. Only her second year of footy. She's only played 20 games of footy in her life. Kicked a goal in this third term. King gets the ricochet. Throws it on the boot, doesn't get much distance. White tried to work her opponent under the ball as Humphries is taken down hard. Umpire said we're not in possession. 7 seconds left on the clock. I think it's going to expire. The D's won't get a chance to get this inside 50 and take a mark. But what a quarter of football from Melbourne. They trailed by 19 points at half-time. They came out and they kicked 4 goals, 1 to no score in that third term. And they've taken a 19-point deficit and turned it into a 6-point lead. And as we turn for home at Icon Park, it's Melbourne 5-1-31, leading Collingwood 4-1-25 on Saturday Night Football.